This is an interview with SlyBlackheart about our Wagon Train Wednesday. Thank you for joining me and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to talk to me.
Thank you for having me.
Um, I'd like to ask, how did Wagon Train go for you guys?
Wagon Train is a op that Frontier runs bi-weekly, and every single time that we've run it, we've had a really great turnout. Everybody has seemed to enjoy themselves. We get good cooperation between the wings, and it was a really good time.
Wonderful. Is there a moment that stood out for you?
So I was the pilot for a Caterpillar that was running cargo. I had Tyran Rex with me, and I had Henning 97 with me as well. And the part I remember the most was I had put the Caterpillar on a climb out from Tram and Myers and went to go order pizza. And when I came back, my thrust had been set to zero somehow, and I was falling back down to Tram and Myers. The Caterpillar landed upside down, almost exploded. Didn't. I was able to recover it, lift off, and continue on throughout the rest of the operation. The only problem I had after that was the Caterpillar's elevator was so incredibly slow, raising and lowering every single time. But that's the moment that stood out, because otherwise the op was flawless. Security performed so well that we didn't notice any aggressors or anything. So it was an outstanding op.
That's wonderful. It sounds like you had a really good time. Is there anything that you could see needs improvement?
Probably as a Caterpillar operator, maybe improve on staying at the controls at key moments within the ship's operation would probably be a good idea going forward. I'll have to re-examine that, maybe take a look at some film and.
Well, Mr. Blackheart, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I truly do appreciate it.
Thank you. I've enjoyed the conversation.
And you have a good evening. This is my interview with Santos after our Wagon Train Wednesday. Santos, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to speak with me.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
I'd like to know, how did Wagon Train Wednesday go?
But it went pretty fluid. We had some encounters, and we took them out, and we didn't have any loss. And I actually think all the security members and the security as a whole worked pretty flawless this time. And well, as usually, and also the cats, like everything just went on as a wagon train basically. We had some encounters. For example, we had to clear the outpost, which we had no issues doing. We got that guy and secured the area for the trading guys, so it was really no issues there. It was really fun, and I think everyone enjoyed it and loved to be part of it. It's a really good operation in my opinion.
It sounds like you had a really good time. Was there any part that really stood out for you?
Yeah, well, we have some Vanguards, like Vanguard Warden and a Sentinel that was roaming around Ollie and harassed the security all the time. When we were like, our priority was to focus that none of the cats got pad rammed, and so we actually had attention on these guys all the time and engaged them. And we had one time that we actually brought out the Eclipse and took him down with one torpedo, which was pretty fun.
Well, was there anything that really stood out in your mind that could have gone better with this?
Yeah, the communication could have been like, the problem was we didn't have an as open communication directly to each cat, so we actually knew the status of every cat at every time, which would have been much better because of how Star Citizen is with the markers and everything. But we kind of worked it around and got it to flow pretty good anyway. So, but I think in future what would be better is if we separate our comms in another way, and also make sure that we have cross communication between the different sections of our operation, like security and transport and Premiere and everyone, so can coordinate better. Other than that, I think it was really good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for taking time out of your day to talk with me. I do appreciate it, and you have a good evening.
No problem. Have a good one.
As always, firstly, thank you for everyone who came and participated.
Thank you for
also
having us.
to those who welcome. Also to those who had to go during the op. Of course, this op, as I always say, would never be possible without the people who make it what it is and take the time to go join in, have some fun, fight or freight, whatever they want to do at that week's one. So I always appreciate everyone that shows up, and it's always a pleasure to hear when people say, oh, I remember that it's Wagontrain Wednesday, and I just wanted to go and check, like, is it now? Or I always just reminded. It's really nice to see that people are enjoying it, people are coming back for it, and I really, really appreciate all the support that we have, because really it wouldn't be possible without, the players that showed up and took part.
Yeah.
Concerning payment, I have everyone written down that took part in the event, and I will get to you individually and get. Also, anyone who lost any cargo, please PM me, and the org will cover that. It is also concerning more thanks. Thank you, security, for being really diligent. Thank you, Synthos, for getting it all to run smoothly and keeping cargo freighters. We did have quite a few hostiles at this Wagontrain Wednesday, it's nice, as long as we have security in place to take care of them, and you really did a fantastic job, so thank you.
Yeah, we didn't have any loss.
Also to the captains and their crew of the cargo freighters, thank you for just, snapping into routine and just doing your thing. It's really cool to see you guys just working on your own. I can just let Sly and his crew just get down there and they chug along. And the same goes for security, of course. Again, thank you for just being there, securing that route, and doing your job well, both on ground and in space, I should say. Really, yeah, I really appreciate it. And I want to thank everyone for attending this week's Wagontrain Wednesday, and I really look forward to the one in 2 weeks. But I do need to get some sleep. It's a bit late here. And to all the other EU people, thank you for staying up early or late and taking part. And also thank you for the NA people showing up. I will catch you guys all soon. It was a pleasure. And take